Hello, hello, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to What's the Topic Again podcast. I am your co host, Debra Love, and my other co host is.
Emairia Love, aka Mars, on the internet. Yeah.
Okay, aka Mars on the internet. And then she give you the finger snap and the two guns. Ta-ta-ta. Right. But again, welcome to our channel. This week we are going to be discussing resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of sounds like a dark word to some people because how
New
long
year,
do
new me.
yeah, new year, new me.
For
How
me,
long? How
for,
long do you keep your resolutions?
Yeah.
We could break down as far as what your resolutions may mean to you. How did you come up with your resolutions? That's the thing. That's what I
And
would like to know.
we're gonna be talking about specifically as well a few just little prompts that I have printed out here. If you want to follow along anyway.
Hello, hello.
She's off her rockers today.
I am feeling excellent because the cold is
It's
finally
completely gone.
completely
It has
100%
surrendered itself. We said
gone.
hiya.
Yes, it is gone. So hey, I'm good.
Oh goodness. Yeah, we're gonna take a little break and we're gonna get into it. Okay. Specifically, do you want me to start reading questions or do you want to talk about New Year's resolutions first?
Well, with me, what I say about as far as resolutions,
Mm-hmm.
what when I come up with mine or when I'm thinking about it, because I would tell you, not 1 year have I completely gone through my resolution. No, I have not done it. But hey, that's a resolution to start and to try to keep. But now, as an adult, I would say much more matured and putting much more thought into a resolution if I make one this year. Um, I just trying to make sure that I'm in a better place next year this time than where I am right now. And to be honest with you, I'm good.
Yeah.
I really don't.
We always are fortunate and blessed each year, in my opinion, no matter what circumstance that has came in our way, to be honest.
Just look at that as being those little challenges, obstacles that we have in life that you learn from and you move forward.
Yeah.
That's it. As long as you learn from that obstacle and you're able to move forward, because from what I've learned, don't it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad. Just don't stay there.
Yeah.
Move. Find a way to get up out of there. That from that particular situation. Find a way. Talk through it. Talk to somebody. Move. Get out of that situation. Get out of that slump.
I agree.
To keep moving forward, because if you stay there, you're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
And it's the longer you stay there, the harder it's gonna be for you to get up out of that situation and to move forward. So always have someone that you can go and talk to, depend on, just open up to someone that's not going to be judgmental, because some people can be judgy, and that keeps you in that spot because you feel like you don't have no one you can turn to and talk to.
And also when you're like talking to like some other people as well, or just whoever you want to open up to, specifically someone that has a very optimistic, freeing mind, someone that's like it's a judge-free type of zone, and just
that's me.
and just in general, just be freeing, and it's just more comforting when you can talk to someone and you can understand another person, specifically just off of certain things that because I guess definitely would say our bond has grown because of that reason, for sure.
Right. And I try not to. I've always been that individual where people just look at me and they know they can come and they can talk to me. When they talk to me, they know that conversation is not going to go no further than me and you. That's it. I've have secrets of people who don't even talk to me to this day for some odd reason or another. Could have been we're not working together anymore. We didn't keep that line of communication open or whatever. But they've told me things I have not said a word to anybody else about it, because that was between me and them. They vented. They had something they wanted to share, And it may not have been me they wanted to share it with, but they, I listen. That's what I do. I listen. I listen without having an opinion about it, unless someone asks me, "Well, what do you think about it?" Sometimes your journey is your journey. I can't tell you how to get through it, but I can be the support person for you.
Yeah.
So that's 99% of the time. I'm just that ear for you to talk to, for someone to listen to you, so you can get it off your chest, and then later on, after I think about it, if I have a way that you can get through it, if I have, I would say, a solution basically to your situation, then I would share it. Other than that, I'm not gonna be judgmental about it, and that's just me. So don't take it no further than that. I am not a psychologist. I am not, but I am a great listener.
I would say for me and my New Year's resolution for sure, it's just, I would say the main word for next year, and I told my mom this too, is perseverance.
Yes.
I would say just, pushing myself anyway to a limit that I thought I will never touch, which already started off at the end of this year alone, starting this podcast,
right.
Specifically in these, me being so in tune to what I'm doing, not focusing on the numbers, not focusing on just posting because it's fun for us to do.
Yeah.
And for us to even like just connect, because some weeks we don't talk at all. It's like probably we say a few sentences to each other, and it's like, all right, good night, and we just go our separate ways. That's it.
But I do have a
busy schedule,
job, and I have a very busy schedule.
Yeah.
Outside of the job, but I still make time for you though.
Yeah.
I make time for everyone in the household, basically. I make time for everybody because I know I am busy.
Yeah. And I would definitely say for myself with perseverance, I know when I was younger, being very naive on the social media anyway, I wasn't like posting like that anyway, but specifically I wasn't really posting for myself. I was posting for other people just because it was like a part of my generation. I guess I have to like go along with the punches. No, if I want to post whatever I want, if I want to post 5 things in one day, I'm going to post 5 things in one day and leave. Me with perseverance, I would just say for sure, just doing what I personally want to do, you know, and not trying to be pushed or forced to do something that I personally don't want to do. But pushing myself to a limit that I always wanted to ever touch, or most touch on anyway.
Right.
And specifically just breaking my own boundary off of some things that I personally did not want to do in the first place. That's
just overcoming some fears.
Right.
To me, what I would say, when you persevering through anything, you overcoming a fear.
Yeah.
And some people don't do things because they fear they're going to fail. And I can say that with resolutions. Some people don't make resolutions because they feel like, I'm not going to keep it anyway, so why would I set a resolution? So we can stop saying a resolution and start saying, well, let's set some new 2024 goals.
Yeah.
Instead of saying resolutions.
To each their own, you know.
Yeah, to each their own. I mean, sometimes when you set goals, it can be achieved. Sometimes some people stop with those goals, just like you would stop with a resolution.
Right.
Because if it's not achieved in 3, 4, 5 months, you probably feel like, okay, well, 5 months, nope.
Still nothing. I might as well just quit.
Right, especially when, read one of the topics and see what some resolutions people
have. So it's gonna be real quick, but we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna get into probably like the first 5-ish questions anyway that we can get through on this little prompt. Okay. I'm bad at reading anyway, so don't judge me. I'm not good at reading, so don't try to criticize me in the comments. Thank you. Okay, so the first question that I have here on this piece of paper is, what are the goals did I achieve this year? That's a weird sentence to say.
No, it's a true question. Okay. What are the goals did you achieve this year?
Okay, that's how it should have been worded.
That's the way it is worded.
No, it's not. It's saying,
what are the goals did, okay, well, I see what you're saying, but it's saying, and you talking personally to yourself.
Yeah,
so
that's what it
what are
sounds
the
like.
goals
It's more
did
sense of,
I achieve?
yeah, that's what
But
it mostly
basis,
sounds
what
like.
are the goals did you achieve? If
Yeah.
I was asking you the
Right,
question, what are the
right,
goals
right,
that you
right.
achieved this year?
That's why I mostly said that sounded weird. But anyway, I would definitely say starting this podcast collectively for sure for both of us.
Yeah.
Or especially this one wanting to do it for so long and now me like fully committing to this. I mean, I'm editing every night. It's like trying to get into it. But I would say that. I would say getting back doing dance. If you have not read my blog post specifically about that, doing just dancing for myself and hopefully getting into a dance studio one day and doing that again maybe.
And just from a mom's point of view, she is a great dancer. I mean, I really love seeing her dance. So yeah, I'm glad she's doing that again.
I would say my drawing. I achieved that for sure. Getting better with that over time.
Beautiful artist. You're gonna have to post some of your
maybe
stuff.
Maybe one day. One day.
Okay. Beautiful stuff.
What else did I achieve this year? Be patient with myself.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that. Especially when I'm like kind of confused or conflicted or just in general, I don't stay in that slump for too long.
Right.
And I'm trying like, Emairia, you haven't like done this today. Oh, where's this monkey? So, being patient with myself when it comes to getting a routine with myself if I'm like feeling a little bit on the low end, a lazy end today, or like you didn't like brush your hair today, might as well wash it, get up, do certain things, and just doing that, this, that, and the third. Once again, I will talk about that specifically sooner or later about like my personal mental health specifically about that one day. But until then, it's just been going
a
well.
milestone.
Yeah, I'm like it's been going well for me personally.
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not saying the downs were not downing, but still though.
But it's still just the fact that you are able to cope with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say learning how to bounce back from it. That's
right,
the thing.
Right. So compared to last year, this time.
Oh yeah, I was out
last
year.
You're in such a better place.
Mhm.
So definitely appreciative of that.
What would you say some goals that you have like you achieved this year for sure?
Having us in a better space as far as living space.
Yeah.
So that's definitely an achievable goal. Making sure that I take care of myself as well as others, because I always put everybody before me to make sure that I can put myself first, because you're going to have to be in a good place in order to take care of other people.
Right.
So make sure that I have myself first, and then I can take care of other people. So basically, with us getting into a place that we feel comfortable,
can call home for now.
And we feel comfortable in, everybody has their own space now, so you're not like right up on top of each other like it was about a year ago.
Yeah.
So just to, and we'll talk about that at another time too.
Yeah.
We definitely want to keep it on the subject of resolutions or goals for this podcast. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit more. But definitely make sure you have taken you in a good place before you can start trying to assist. Move on to the number 2.
Okay. What are my top 3 goals for next year, and how can I stay on track?
That's a good question. I would say with any goal, I can tell you my top 3 are, well, I can kind of like trying to line them out.
Mm-hmm.
One is to always keep God first.
Yeah. I'll put that there on my list.
On a daily basis, always keep God first. And family.
Yeah.
That's one of the top priorities. And then when it comes down to me working, just continue to have that consistency, because I am a seasonal worker, a contract worker. So I work during the season, then I have that time off to be with family or to do some things that, I personally want to do with my family and for myself. So just doing those 3 things, I will continue to do. Timeline for yourself. Say every day I'm going to spend some time with God.
Yeah.
Every day I'm going to do that. Just go by day goal. Don't look at it as an annual goal. If it's successful that you did it one day, check it off.
Yeah.
I did it that one day.
Yep.
If you miss a second day, but you probably didn't have that quiet moment that you say that you want to have with him, but you still spoke with him and talked to him throughout the day, count that as a win as well.
Yeah.
Don't just think that you have to be in the same spot every day in order to achieve a goal. It's so many ways that we can do things right now. They have an app for every single thing. If you can just have those apps and just put those goals in those apps. If you put a goal down and say, I'm going to achieve it in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, if you didn't achieve it in that 30 days, which is a very short-term goal, if you didn't achieve it in that 30 days, push that goal out to 60 days to achieve it. Give yourself some more time. Apparently 30 days wasn't long enough for you to do it. Or
hey, maybe you had some like a busy schedule of stuff. Yeah. That's it.
Some other things. So now you've seen it. Okay, I this happened, that happened, this happened. Okay, that kind of like stopped me from achieving that goal in 30 days. So give yourself another 30 days. You have to give yourself that time.
Yeah.
Don't count yourself as a failure or count that goal as an opportunity for count that goal as, okay, I didn't achieve because 30 days gone by. Okay, I'm just going to not do it. No, don't do that. Give yourself an opportunity to do it again. Always give yourself an opportunity to be successful, because if you don't, that one particular goal that you felt like I didn't achieve in 30 days may have required 60 or 90. It may be a goal that probably will take you a year to achieve instead of those 30 days. So just go back and relook at it and just reevaluate it and say, okay, I'm going to give myself 30 more days. Give yourself some grace when it comes down to those things.
Yeah, give yourself time, for sure. I would personally say, for me anyway, because I always show my mom like my notes app of certain things that I always write down. And then I make long-term goals and short-term goals. Like some long-term stuff is like, oh yeah, you need some coin for like that stuff to happen.
Right.
Or give yourself some patience. And some shorter ones, it's like just start off little, by doing certain things, A, B, and C. We can see if we can get all the way to elemental P, like just giving myself time or even understanding to do certain things, I would say for me, 3 goals anyway to continue on the next year. Keep my relationship with God, for sure. Because he's the only reason that I'm still here to this day.
Amen. I agree to that.
And I would say the second one for sure, my family will always come first, and that's been a thing since I established last year, for sure. My family will always come first no matter what, and that will still continue on with me, and I wanted to continue on that for the rest of my life, no matter what. Friends and family equally will always come and be my first priority, for sure. And I would say the third one for sure, like I said earlier in this podcast, is perseverance. Pushing myself to a limit that I know I could touch or probably ever thought I would never touch, and just keep going with that. That's what I would say for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And how am I going to, keep myself on track? Little by little. That's it. Because I don't like to do big, grandiose things. Like when you give somebody, like, so much in front of them to say, hey, work with this, some people get overwhelmed by that, and they don't even feel motivated to do it anymore.
They feel like it's just too much at one time.
And I would definitely say, even for us doing this podcast right now, it's a dingy setup. Okay, I mean, we have the good quality mics that we can get, have our makeshift setup, our ring light, stuff like that, It's just tiny things. Of course, we want grander things in the future. We want like a studio one day.
But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we want a studio one day. We want a production team. We want all that. All we want to do is just sit down and we can just talk, and then the rest of the stuff can be on other people. But specifically, in my opinion, to continue on with my personal goals, is just like starting off small, or it's just starting off somewhere. Just doing little things like that. That's
and
all.
I always go back, as you are probably going to hear a lot, is Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas is a great, great motivational speaker. I have some of his quotes written down. Some of them I've memorized, and another one that came to mind when you were talking is small steps, great distances.
Yeah.
So sometimes people feel like you have to run a 100-yard dash when it comes down to your goals, because a 100-yard dash, if
It's
you
quick.
know anything about track,
That's quick.
that's quick. You got some people that can do that under 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to your goals, we got to look at that and sometimes in terms of a marathon.
Mhm. Like, what's like different sort of like steps
Yeah,
to get to
small
even like
steps.
like 20 miles in, or even like 15, 10 miles in,
Even with that goal,
5 miles in, you can.
it's 30 days, but that 30-day goal, break it down into daily achievements.
Right.
So if you break down, okay, I do this today, day 1, day 2, day 3. By the time day 30 come, you would achieve that goal.
Either
So
achieve that
small
goal or
steps,
at most like get
close
closer
to
where you want to
achieving
get
it.
to.
Yeah, small steps, great distances. So just look at it in that format,
Mhm.
because you can achieve a lot in a small amount of time, and those goals can be great things for you.
Mhm.
So just look at it that way. It just came to me. Small steps, great distances. I like hearing it.
All right. Next question. What skills and or hobbies I adopted this year?
This podcast.
Yeah, us talking like this.
Yeah, that's one skill as far as of doing it. I am a computer person. I work from home, so my skills definitely are computer skills.
Mhm.
So those things that I've learned this year, especially, they always updating software.
Right.
They may change to a new vendor. Um, the teaching method may have changed. It could have been something, but I learned to adapt when it comes down to technology.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of myself when I can just pivot and
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
instead of just saying, instead of complaining. Because a whole lot of people just complain about something new that's happening, but you're not looking at what.
Especially in the field that she works at, by
Yeah.
the way. This is not everybody, but
Yeah.
just.
But you're not looking at how that little tweak the company is doing for you is going to benefit you and make everything more efficient.
Mhm.
So I don't complain about it. I just say, okay, this is something different. This is something new. I adapt to it, and I go with it.
And yeah, eventually she will be talking about that with probably a few other like coworkers
Yeah,
and friends.
we got something.
Hopefully we got something in store
Yeah.
for that, but we trying to like make shift and figure out how to do the big
But
technology
technology
things
it is, because even when we were thinking about the podcast, you were looking into some things to do. I'm on the YouTube looking at how people have stuff set up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at it in that format, and I go back and how the final cut of you doing what you do
Yeah.
in the background, I'm like, wow, she's doing it. And just like you said too, I don't worry about likes. I don't worry about the views or the subscribers, because I feel like as long as we stay authentic to what we're doing
In ourselves,
and true to ourselves, that number is going to go up in his time, not our time.
Yeah.
So sometimes things happen so quick for some people, they
Yeah.
can't accept it and handle it, and before you know it, they don't want to be in front of the camera anymore,
Yeah.
because it happens so quick for them. So with me, I'm going to keep, I said it before, I'm going to continue to enjoy the time that we have with each other, as far as these conversations that we're having, and I'm going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because I know eventually, one day, you're going to step out and you're going to be on your own.
Yeah. It's a hard truth to come to,
Yeah.
because our bond is so strong.
I'm not going to say that this have to stop. We can
No.
still do this in
Yeah.
different spaces, but
Yeah.
it's just the fact that if you see an opportunity for yourself, me as a mom, I'm going to support you either way that it goes.
Though it's been that way ever since I was literally a little kid.
Right. So that part would never change, but just accepting things that we have with those changes that comes along with what you're doing in your life. Some things you just gonna have to learn how to adapt, learn how to pivot, and just keep on going with it.
Yeah, I agree. I would say, like the couple of hobbies that like came back to me, at least I adopted or at least came back to once again was dancing. I would say not only just dancing, but also like playing a lot of games.
Yeah. I can't get into that.
I love games so much in general, and it's like games on my iPad. Eventually, when we do, or at least when we had our stuff, or even, I would say for me anyway, when it comes to games and stuff like that, I got back into doing Just Dance anyway, which was a childhood thing for me.
Me
I
too.
just stopped personally because of it just got boring to me. And plus, that's what my schedule was just really busy with All Star Cheerleading. I just didn't have time to like enjoy the game itself.
Right.
And then I would say last year I got back into it a little bit, watching like a few people, like the small community that was already there anyway, just revisiting it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this community has grown over time after like 10 years of doing
Right.
being in at least
'Cause
doing
you
a
used to
family game.
look at that before the game even came out. You're
Yeah.
looking at the, I guess, some of the previews as
Yeah.
far as the dance and stuff.
And I would definitely say like this year for sure they always come out the gate every year in my opinion for sure.
From what you
This-
showed me,
From
it's
2024,
it's really
oh
good.
my god, it's so good. And specifically, I'm so excited. Hopefully, I can like get it soon. If not, hopefully the year after. I'm always late. I don't care if I'm late. To be honest with you,
Dance is dance to me.
yeah. And plus, as well, I've been just like looking at different choreographies and stuff like that of other dances, at least dancers, choreographers, just learning them on my own accord, just for fun. And that's the thing. That's what it should be, in my opinion. It should just be for your enjoyment, your fun, and learning like a new skill, learning that you can like push your body to this limit, you know.
Right.
And I just personally like doing that. And another thing I would like to say as well, a hobby that I got back into, or more since getting better at over time, is drawing.
Yeah, you do have some good drawings.
And once again, I'll share that specifically one day. But for now, just believe me when I say my drawings have improved over time. And hopefully with that, I could start animating soon. And I just want to find like a good program to start my animation journey with that too. So
Yeah.
hopefully that will start.
You got a great build going with
Yeah.
the characters and
Yeah.
stuff, and what you're showing me. So
Oh,
you
and
got
the
a great
backstories
build
I
going.
have for some of these characters are crazy.
Right.
She's like,
Where'd
you
that come
thought
from?
you thought this
Right.
deep about just a drawing? I'm like, this is what
Right.
happens when you just your hands just start going. This is
Hey, I want this person to do this, that. So yeah, they have some good personalities, and
Yeah.
you're giving it.
I would definitely say a skill anyway for me is once again patience, but it's patience with oneself. That's the thing.
Okay.
And my patience level with other people can either be real slim or either just be, it is what it is. I'm gonna move forward or leave you alone, whatever type of sense. But with myself, I used to beat myself up about it a lot, especially when things were not happening my way or wrong timing or anything like that. And me now, I'm like, well, like a skill for me personally is my own patience for sure for myself, because like I said, I used to beat myself up for things that were not happening my way or just in general wrong timing, all that. And now I'm more sensitive. It's okay if that didn't happen today. We can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's fine if we could try it next week.
Yep.
If this doesn't work out today, things happen for a reason. We can do it some other time.
And that is a good way to think about it, because if it didn't happen today, it may have meant for it to happen tomorrow.
I'll let you go to the next question.
Well, want to take a break first?
Yeah, let's take a break real quick because we've been talking for a minute. This was going to be a long episode, by the way. We should have prefaced that earlier. This probably might be like close to an hour,
Yeah.
probably. So, yep, we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back. Okay, so next question we have over here is how did I how did I have fun this year, and what is my favorite memory from this year?
That is a good question.
Yeah, that is. So what fun this my favorite memory? Us getting this apartment.
Exactly. I feel the same way. Yep.
It definitely is on the system, like the signing the papers, getting the keys and all that. It's like
coming in, cleaning up the place, getting it prepared to get moved in, and we got moved in one day.
Yeah, one whole day. Us getting this apartment for sure.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Cleaning up everything, moving in one day. Once again, that was a very hectic day for us, but we got through it together, in my opinion, with the help of family being there for us. And getting this apartment, we always say this every day, is a blessing.
It's truly a blessing.
From where we were before.
You know our story.
Yeah.
It's definitely a blessing.
And I would definitely say that's one of my favorite memories. And something fun that happened this year, us starting this.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, that's like us starting this for sure. Even though it was towards the end of this year, still though, the process of everything coming in the mail, setting up the spot, and all that, just in general.
Searching for it.
Yeah.
Catching it. And me saying, I'm going to get it. We're going to order it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it. Finally get it.
And even like the process of like thinking of the name, thinking of the prompts and all that was like, this is like months of planning specifically before we even posted the first, like the pilot episode. So.
And I can tell you one of my favorite memories from this year is on our anniversary, our wedding anniversary. My husband and I went out to eat. When I came home, this one had put my desk together because I was about to start my seasonal job with the company. And, you know, the box came in from who I shop from the most right now, and Wayfair. I'm going to put it out here, is Wayfair. I love that company. I love what they do for their customers, and you have so many ways of getting your item financed. So, but I got a desk. That's one of the first purchases that I got from Wayfair. It's a desk so that I can work. Yep. And did not expect it, because my expectation was, okay, when we get home from
I'm going to have to get on my hands and knees and start screwing stuff.
I'm going to have to put my desk together. This young lady put that desk together. Her dad, like, is it sturdy? Is everything good? I'm like, look,
just shake the thing.
I done taught her how to do that. She knows how to put stuff together. Trust me. I've done it before.
For context, anyway, if you really want to know, I always try to at least like make a card or get something for my parents' anniversary. I know one year I like made a picture frame and stuff like that, and it was simple scrapbooking, but the words anyway in it was genuinely for what I thought of.
Those gifts are the best.
And I normally would do something like that, but we didn't have a printer at the time.
Right.
So I was
got a printer
like,
now. Like, okay, months later, but
But specifically, I'm like, I didn't get a card, I didn't do nothing. And this desk would do. And I just started just like, figuring it out. And then the dog just bouncing around, like, stop bouncing around and everything like that. And I just started screwing everything together. And then they came back home, and I was like legit on the final touches of the desk.
I think I had to, it was just that piece that had to get together.
Yeah,
and
you had to push
it down. Yeah. But you came up with the idea about putting the sock on.
The hammer.
We didn't have a mallet.
Yeah.
Put the sock on a hammer.
Because the mallet has weight, but specifically, it can hurt someone, of course. But specifically, it's not metal. It's cushioned to just not do damage. That's the thing.
Right.
Like
so
surface damage.
The sock did it. The sock, and then me putting my pressure weight on it or whatever. But you had done everything, so that desk was together.
Yeah.
When we came, and I was, just so proud. So that's definitely a memory for me as far as 2023.
That's so sweet. I would say a fun memory for me this year, another one anyway, is celebrating my birthday up in here. I was the first birthday up in this apartment,
Right,
but
right.
specifically in my opinion, that even though it was just us, a cake, and just
Because you said you wanted it small.
yeah, that's it, and just us being at in the kitchen and just having a good grandiose time. And I don't know if we got I made food or what, or we bought food from somewhere. I don't remember. No, it was for Texas Roadhouse. That's what that was. Did Texas Roadhouse for dinner, and haven't had Texas Roadhouse in a minute. Them rolls slap with that cinnamon butter. I swear to God, them onions slap too. Just love it.
Oh, yeah, you like those grilled onions.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got a steak. I rarely get a steak anyway, but did that, enjoyed it, and in my opinion, I just was that day. I was just smiling from ear to ear. So that's what I would say for sure. That was a very fun memory for
I'm
me.
glad you enjoyed it. Always trying to make those birthdays happy.
Of course, always try to.
Yep.
Next question. Uh, what is my new hobby, and how can I make time for those next year?
Well, I won't even, this podcast, I don't even look at it as being a hobby.
No.
I look at it as being something that we wanted to put together. We wanted to share our mother-daughter bond
Yeah.
with other people,
Hmm.
and basically to let them know, you can do the same thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
It's not anything that we are more or less in the media
No.
and trying to talk about things that's going on in the media. It's all personal.
This is just us, just us
Us on a
talk.
daily basis.
Like we said before, in general, in like the pilot episode, this is literally our conversation on a day-to-day basis, just in front of a camera and with fancy mics and headphones and a ring light. That's it. That's it.
That is so true.
It's nothing like extraordinary. This is unscripted all the time too. So
all the time.
it's like we just think on the spot, like what you gotta say, what you gonna say, what you
gonna
want to say.
It's not scripted. We may have questions.
Yeah, and
but
it's just questions.
I don't even go read your questions
No.
because I want it to be authentic.
Yeah.
I want to think about what I'm going to say before I say it, and I want it to be genuine.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely for sure.
Any hobbies that you personally, any new hobbies anyway that you have gotten at least adapted to anyway?
No new hobbies. I don't have any.
I don't have like any new ones. It's more like the ones that resurfaced for me personally. I don't have like any new ones that I personally have. Like once again, we done like a lot of baking this year. At least
Yeah.
I have done a lot of baking this year. My
Different
coffee
type
cake
of cooking?
addiction was insane.
Oh, I told her
for
stop
the
doing
summer.
those coffee cakes.
You think you're gonna make me get chubby?
Right.
Stop.
Right. Stop doing those coffee cakes.
And then we like did cookies. I did my cream cheese pound cake. Just having an oven to do this again
Right.
just feels great.
Right.
You just learn how to appreciate just basic things in a household when you were restricted for 8 months
Right.
out of your life. But
You did.
anyway.
You did a sandwich. Did you do something similar to Taco Bell? What was that?
Oh, I did a breakfast crunch wrap. That's what that was.
Yeah. She always making up these little hacks doing stuff.
Well, I just find hacks and just
Okay, she find hacks and she make the hack work.
Yeah.
Or see if
see if it works.
see if this gonna work.
I mean, at least I forced Mama to buy those hash brown patties anyway,
Yeah.
and they turn out good when you cook them right in
And
the
that's
oven.
what you used to make that taco wrap thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's the crunch element to it. That's what that was.
Okay.
It's based off of the Taco Bell's breakfast crunch wrap. But it's really no new hobbies for us. We'll move on to the next question because since that's really nothing for us to talk about there. But of course, in general, leave some comments down below for your responses for certain one of these questions.
Right. Because I'm thinking, just constantly thinking. If you look at me, if you watching us on YouTube, I'm just trying to think of a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any hobbies. I do certain things just off, just
like you have certain plans on like certain hobbies or certain things you want to do next year for sure to make it like from a hobby to a profession for sure, especially
Well,
like stuff with like computers and stuff like that.
yeah, definitely. I won't really probably go back to school for that particular part aspect of it. We'll see.
We'll see what the
Moving on.
year unfolds. Anyway, uh, in what I'm gonna say, in what way did I grow as a person this year? Who and what influenced me?
Hmm.
I would definitely say, my mom always influenced me all the time for sure. In my whole, I would say, my family also influenced me to always become like a better version of myself, and no matter if I don't have not seen them in a while, or even just don't even talk to them at all, still seeing certain actions that they do for their family or for their friends or for the people just around them that they personally care about definitely influences me for sure. And I would just say, how, or at least in what way did I grow as a person? Like, have grown, uh, is out once again going back to being patient with myself. Also, as well, just being comfortable with myself no matter what phase I've been through in my life alone, just
Right.
coming to acceptance of like, yeah, that was a time,
Yep.
and that's okay, if sometimes we're not good and sometimes we're me for sure, is those few things and being evolving each year, trying to let myself grow and understand like why did I feel this certain way back then,
Mm-hmm.
and to understand even if it was like back then, not even like years ago, it's like back then it could be like a few months ago,
Right.
a week ago, yesterday. Why did I feel so bad yesterday and nothing happened? Just, and sometimes not every question needs an answer either. That's the
Not at the
thing.
moment.
Yeah.
Not at the moment.
Yeah. And it's just like, well, it's today's a new day. Let's just start from there.
Yep. And I can say my growth came with accepting the challenges that mama's having right now,
Yeah, I agree. And that's
and then taking on more responsibility as far as that. One of the main reasons why we moved here anyway is to be closer to her. So hey, you know, you
if it would have
listen,
happened then, it would have happened sooner. So
right? But you listen to,
if it wouldn't happen now, it would have happened sooner. That's what I was gonna say.
but still, another thing is all about God's timing.
Yep.
Listen to that voice from the time that she wasn't able to walk,
Mhm.
from that weekend that we seen her, and then come here, she get a shot, go back home,
It's
still
still in
thinking about,
pain.
yeah, still thinking about. No, she was good after she got the
Oh
shot,
yeah.
but I was still thinking about the 8.5 hour drive. That's too far away from your mom or your parent, and if something happened, it's
Really
eight and a
nothing
half
you can
hours.
do
Yeah,
because ain't no family really here to even check
right,
besides like.
right. So yet again, husband asks, "Have you ever thought about moving to where your mama at?"
And I
And
think that was the second time he asked you that specifically, wasn't it?
right,
Yeah,
no,
no, the first time I'm gonna say, oh no, you brought it up to him. He was like willing to do it at first, but it was just really bad timing for all of us, specifically because I was still doing cheer,
right.
I was still in school. You were at Virginia College at the time, at least working as a teacher full time.
But it's still a Virginia college here at that time too, so
Yeah,
I could have transferred, but still, it's all about God's timing.
yeah,
So when he asked again, because he's seen that I was at a breaking point. I was like really at that point of just being too far away from her, and being here now, and with the news and things that have happened this year, you know, having to make adjustments as far as to my work schedule and just to do things. So I'm proud of myself for what has
trust me.
happened.
And I know you heard it from not only friends but also family too. Us as well,
Right.
and just we do appreciate the things that you do.
Yeah, and I, you know, I know she appreciated it as well. As a child, I'm saying I'm doing what God asked me to do, honor our father and our mother, and I'm doing that aspect of it. I'm not doing it to get any accolades or anything. I'm doing it because that's my mom. I love her. I do whatever I can to do to take care of her. So that's one of the things that I'm proud of as far as this year. You step up at the time when you need to step up, and you step up at the time even when you have that doubt in yourself as am I gonna be able to do it? You still step up and you do it because you know that He's gonna guide you. He guided me here anyway.
Yeah.
I know He didn't bring me this far to leave me, as the song say. So I'm gonna push it and hang in here.
She's gonna take a little sippy of water, and we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna be right back with a few more questions. Took a sippy.
Yep, I needed that.
But we back. So I would say next question. What are the challenges? What are the challenges, and how did you overcome those hardships? I think that's a really valid question for you to do for sure.
Well, the challenge was really accepting what God has given to us. You know, so and that was hard. It really was. You know, it had to be to a breaking point
for both of us. I would say
right, and I'm talking about a breaking point as far as crying.
Yeah.
To that breaking point.
Yeah.
To that, and just say, hey, your family's not the only one that's dealing with a situation like this. Some families probably have it worse than what you have. Count your blessings,
right,
and just learn to do that. And sometimes just be thankful for that.
Yeah.
You know, she's still here.
Right.
Grateful for that. And just still overcoming sometimes some daily obstacles. It's still almost, you know, it's like, okay, it's me, but my mom depends on me. So as long as she's here and she have breath in her body, I'm going to make sure that I'm there for her. And still make sure that, and she understands too, make sure that you have time for your family as well. And again, as my daughter stated, they understand too. So they know that I'm doing what I can for her. I've really, at least we all have, adjusted our life to fit around her needs. And that's what we're going to do. And that's what God wants us to do. That's why God brought us here. You know, it was a challenge when we first came here. Like you said, for 8 months, it was a challenge for us doing that.
I was just about to get into that specifically.
Yeah, but still overcame.
We got through it together.
We got, and those people just fail to realize, you know, you have those moments in your life and you think that God has left you. No, God put you there for a reason.
Yeah.
And at that moment, we needed to be there with each other in that small space to learn each other. Granted, we was in the household together with each other all that time, but you didn't know what was going on with that individual because they were so far away from you. And they were in their own space. They can walk and go to their own space. You couldn't walk too many steps away there. No. So that gave us an opportunity to grow stronger and closer as a family. So I was grateful for it, you know. And with that, I'm thankful for where He's brought us to today. So
I agree. Especially with once again, going back to the hotel situation for 8 months, that was definitely, you know, a challenge. And I started to, you know, have doubt at first, like more sense. It's like, will we even have like opportunity or chance to even get anything? It's like anything. We're not even asking for a house or like a nice like luxury place to stay in. It's just a place out of here. That's all that we were looking for. Then a blessing came to us out of nowhere, and we just, you know, sometimes when weird thing. What does the saying go again? I forgot the saying. I probably will pull it up specifically, but
good things come to those who wait.
To those who wait. I just said that in my head. But good things come to those who wait, and we have waited, and it felt like an eternity, in my opinion, in my head.
Maybe to you.
Yeah, it's in my head.
Because anyway. I was doing something every day.
Yeah.
You know, I was able to get away from the extended stay every day.
Yeah.
And but I did give you an opportunity to get away from it on the weekend. So I made sure that you were out of there. You got, we went places, we did certain things, but still at the end of the day, we were back up in an extended stay. So with that being said, God put people in your life for, like they say, Tyler Perry said it in one of his plays, for a season.
Yeah.
To do what they want, what He wants them to do for you at that moment. And the person is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is. I don't know how long he had been gone before I realized that he wasn't over there anymore. It was just the fact that he put that person in our life for a reason, and he had already blessed us financially to get something.
Yeah.
But it was just, sometimes it's other things that factor in with it, but then they wasn't looking at that particular time. So
who knows?
who knows? But we're here.
Yeah,
We're
of
here.
course. And hopefully, we can make it through another year with this,
Yeah.
Okay, so next question.
This is gonna be our last question.
I think we can push two more. It's gonna be a long one, people, so just be prepared. So the next question I have for us is, how did I take care of my mental, emotional, or physical health? So I get some more questions
With
for
me,
both of us.
taking care of my mental, emotional, and physical health is mentally, I read the Bible every single day.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's just a scripture. I read the Bible every single day because I have a Bible app on my phone. It's a reminder. It gives me a morning scripture, a devotional, and then it gives me a night scripture. So I have that coming to my phone every single day. So it gives me that. So that helps me out mentally. Emotional, that gives me my emotional strength that I need every day. Now, sometimes when it comes down to my emotions, I just have to just cry it out.
Yeah.
When I cry, it kind of like, once I get that out of my system, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
I can move on.
Yeah.
And then physically, I go to the doctor.
You take your vitamins.
I take my vitamins.
You take your medicine.
Yeah,
I take my medicine.
Right, but I don't work out. And that's one of the things that I need to do.
We hope next year we can start doing that together.
Yeah.
We wanted to do it this year, but it was just so crowded, and especially things happen for a reason. So hopefully, when the time comes, if next year is the blessing to start working out together, then we will do so. But I would say
I'll continue to take my vitamins because that time.
That's good for your immune health, though. That's the thing.
That time frame that I didn't take my vitamins, and I knew it had been about
got sicky over
a
here.
week, and then I got sick. But being sick builds up your immune system. I'm not gonna fight the fact that I was sick for that period of time. But I knew when I needed some help. I knew when I needed a shot. I went to the doctor.
You went to the doctor. The quickness that you did. I would say for me taking care of my mental health, and I told her about this specifically. I do talk. I talk a lot, and she probably who in the world do you talk to? Specifically in your room, it sounds like you have a whole conversation. I'm like, who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to God right now, because I'm like, He's the only one that listens to my cries.
I'm so glad I brought her up in the church.
I'm like, He's the only one that listens to my cries and stuff like that. And sometimes, talking it out loud, you can understand a lot of things happening instead of being in a situation you have to acting in there,
Right.
So in my opinion, talking out certain situations definitely helped me emotionally and also mentally, because I can finally see oh, okay, this is the reason why I messed up, they messed up, or the whole situation was just a mess up on its own, or just things didn't have to happen this way, and it could have ended A, B, and C, but it didn't, and it is what it is. Sometimes you have to voice it out loud, and that's okay in my opinion. And I would just say a little bit more on the emotional, letting it out. And I would say letting it out in front of people. I rarely do that anyway in the first place. I'm more on the sense of, let me go cry in my corner and just leave me alone.
Sometimes you need that consoling. Sometimes you need that hug. A lot of times people need that hug.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you get that hug, then the emotions flow out even
just
more.
Flow. And who has that possession and that possession only is my parents. It's anytime that I'm especially my dad for sure, is more sense. It's all he has to say is Emairia, what's on? Yeah. Just start. And I'm I can't stop. And it's just, sometimes it just has to happen that way.
Yeah, because sometimes she'll get so emotional when he asked her that and start talking to her. He said, baby, I can't help you if you're not talking to me. So you have to calm down. And
he does that for both of us. It's
both
of us.
That's true. Let daddy know what's going on. Then he can help. Yeah, me too. Yeah. What's wrong? Nothing. I'm good. No. He's like, how in the world you good? You in here crying?
So you laid down and looking all real sad. Just looking real sad.
I think
What's
when
wrong?
I broke down, as far as with Mama,
Yeah.
some months ago, did he come and get you?
No, I went up in there on my own accord because like she been in that bedroom for a wee bit too long. What's going on? And I just walked up in there and she just had her head down on a pillow. I'm like, oh Lord, this just me in a nutshell, ain't it? So I was just taking my time and all I had to do just touch her on the shoulder and I just heard. I'm like, oh ooh, okay. And I'm like just consoling, just let it out, mother, just let it out, just let it out. I didn't say that. I just was like silent, doing just actions. That's it, you know. But in that moment, I was just like, okay, just let her have her moment right now because this is probably just coming to a big head because she's been like in a hospital room with her own mother anyway, which is my grandma for a month.
Yeah,
like just
off and on for about a month. Yeah.
And that can take a toll on a lot of people. And you said specifically in the being in the hospital, hearing certain circumstances of other people definitely also can affect your brain when that happens too.
Yeah.
Like you heard wailing, you heard crying, you heard people arguing up in there, and just
people trying to accept their fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be a lot. So I completely understood, and I'm like, I know you're a strong woman, but strong women sometimes need to cry too.
Yeah, cry. I don't mind crying.
Yeah. I would definitely say for my physical health, me getting back into dancing definitely does help me like get my exercise in, get your move on. Hopefully I can start exercising
Sometimes you
soon.
got back into that physical too hard.
Got a noise complaint, but that's cool though. Like, that's cool though, but
We're gonna just roll over. I kind of know it's complaint, but that's cool though.
But specifically with that noise complaint, that was just in general wrong timing. That was it for me to do stuff. But also the flooring is bad.
Yeah, you have to think about, you're in an apartment, you're not in a house.
Yeah.
You have to think about other people are affected by your movements. It's not like this is soundproof, well insulated as far as
updated alone.
Right. So it's some things. I mean, they're updating certain apartments. That's why they cost a little bit more. But ours, we got what we can afford.
It's the okay version of everything.
To me, it's a good version of everything. I wouldn't say an okay version. I'm thankful, Lord.
Yeah.
I'm not saying okay. She said it, not me.
Oh my gosh! Throw me under the bus again.
You said it.
I know I said it. I'm
just saying I would not say okay.
It's the good version. Then.
Yeah.
We're gonna say good.
Yeah. Because it's
just, I'm always fortunate. I'm not saying okay. I'm just saying okay for what we got in this situation. That's in my opinion.
It's an excellent version compared to where we was.
Yeah.
All right.
Technically.
Yeah, technically. Definitely true.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, you have to think about other people. Some other people don't think about other people. So, but once they called and that, it was nipped in the bud that day. I don't even know whether them people still there or not. Know. I don't even think they are.
I think so. Let me think. Of physical health anyway, that's the only thing. I hopefully think, to start taking vitamins eventually, especially after me hopefully going to the doctor soon. We'll do that eventually next year. Just didn't have time this year.
Yeah. You're doing it next month because my off days is through the week.
Yeah.
So the last time my off day was on the weekend, so it's hard to find a doctor's office.
Yeah, hopefully get this physical health in check and we can really start a journey on that alone, in my opinion. Yeah. So last question because we're running on an hour over here.
And I'm having a hot flash over here.
Oh, she's sweating. She's sweaty. So I would say, what is one word that can sum up anyway 2023?
Blessed.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain why you chose that word? I'm add on to that question.
Because December 2022 was in a different place.
Yeah.
Here comes December 2023. And you can see truly the blessing from where we was to right now. Even up till as far as December, at least 2023. It's 4 months.
Mhm.
4 months of that in 2023. So you count 8 months of being in a bigger place, in a better place. Yeah, you're
Mhm.
blessed.
Mhm.
Totally blessed.
I'm thinking of a word, but I'm like, I don't know. Mhm. Mm, I'm gonna say patience.
Okay.
That's for me. Being patient with a lot of things, like being patient with us
Me?
getting yeah with you getting this apartment was definitely like a patience on its own because we've been trying to find places and places being denied, just having this opportunity alone just made me feel so much joy when it happened. It's like, is this happening? This really happening? Okay, this is
Right.
happening. Okay,
But
and then
still, even with this place, with me listening to God's voice, it's always listening,
mhm,
listening and hearing and following through.
mhm. No, definitely. Once again, going back to, I keep repeating it because it's very true. Being patient with myself and being patient with others, for sure. You know, and also just being patient on a lot of things, just in general, not even like people, just certain circumstances, situations. Just like, okay, it doesn't has to happen now. Especially
Right.
going with this podcast, and like I wanted to really start in September, and here we are, just like started like early parts of November.
Yeah.
So things just
Yeah.
be patient. That's it. And I would just say this year I learned a little bit of patience, and that's gonna come over time for sure.
And
How
I'm telling
good
you,
the patience would
your
get.
patience will take you a long way.
Mm-hmm.
And
Won't
you
cause you
learning,
stress. It's
yeah,
like, won't cause you
you
stress.
learning patience right now at your age, truly a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's truly a blessing. It's going to be, you going to learn how to take that breath, step back, think about a situation before you say something. And once you do that, then you realize, okay, like you're saying, it's going to be less stressful for you
Mm-hmm.
in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I let people just, I've let some people just rip and say whatever they want to say to me when I was your age, and I just held everything inside. So right now, you learning right now at a good age. You don't have to hold anything inside. You don't, but you don't have to say anything at that moment because
Yeah.
sometimes when you say some things at those
It
moments,
hurts.
it's gonna be some words that you're gonna want to take back.
Especially for
You can't eat those words back up. Once you let them out, that's it.
how my parents are in general, our words cut like knives. Or it does, especially when we're angry. But we
Try not to
don't
do
try to
that.
let our anger
I
get
try not
that
to do that.
far anyway. But
He
we
was
know
he would
it.
walk away.
Yeah, I must say the best thing you can do is walk away when it
Like
comes to stuff
don't
like
talk
that.
to me right now. Give me a moment to think about it, and
Yeah.
we can talk about it later. So
Yeah.
that's the best bet because it's gonna give me an opportunity to think about my word choices.
Mhm.
I'm not a person that curse,
Mhm.
but if you get me upset enough, then I will. That some of those words will come
Just
out.
go just a pew pew pew
Right.
and
So
start going.
I try and that's one thing I try to stay true to myself on that aspect of it, and I would choose some other words before I say a curse word. So that right there, the hardest thing you may hear from me is DAMN.
Yeah.
And when if I say that, then like, ooh, she mad. No,
Mama, even when you say HE double hockey stick, then it's
it
like,
don't
oh,
even
she
sound
mad.
it don't even sound right, do it?
No,
Because I don't do that, so it
it's-
definitely don't sound right.
but specifically in general, patience is my word, and her word is blessed.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we're going to take a break, and we're going to end this podcast episode for the new year. Alrighty, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this New Year's special episode. This is a long boy. This is a long one that we have done, and specifically, I will hope and pray that the new year gives good blessings to everybody. And just be on yourself. Just look out for each other for sure. No matter who you are, just be out there for others and for yourself for sure.
Yeah, and my thing is to continue to pray for everyone.
Mhm.
Even the people that you don't know. Pray for praying for each other. Pray for the United States. Pray for yourself.
Mhm.
Pray for other countries
Mhm.
because I know that even when we were in our situation, I knew some people was in a worse situation.
Yeah, I
Still,
agree.
just continue to pray. I get up every morning. I sing this song that I've been singing since I was in the choir when I was growing up, and it's a song that um, keeps me going. And it starts off with, "We've come this far by faith." Keep your faith,
Mhm.
because your faith is going to get you through a whole lot of things. Just know that God is always with you on a daily basis, every moment, every second. He is there. He's always listening. Just cry out to Him, as my daughter say. That's what she
Mhm.
do at time. I know that what I do at time. That's what got us through where we were to where we are right now.
Mhm.
So, like I say, when you in a situation,
Mhm.
don't stay there.
No.
You're gonna have to move.
Yep.
It's okay to cry for a moment. It's okay to be angry for a moment.
Mhm.
It's okay to just want to hit something, scream, yell, do what you got to do, but move.
Yeah.
Move. Find some ways. Talk to some people. Find some things that's some. Find some places that's going to be able to help you out.
Mhm.
And I know we were truly blessed from where we was.
Mhm.
Even being in that situation where we was, we still was blessed to have a roof over our head.
Yeah.
It wasn't an ideal situation that you wanted your family to be in, but I knew some people was homeless. I knew some people was living in cars. I knew some people was living on the streets. But God allowed us to have a roof over our head at that particular time. We're in a better place right now,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful for it. So continue to pray,
Yeah.
and I know that's what got us through it. I know I don't want to be on a gospel trip or a God thing, because most people don't like to hear about God, but that's you.
Mhm.
I'm letting you know what got us through to where we are today,
But
and
to
that
be
was
honest,
God.
I'm gonna say to be honest, you just sometimes just taking the if you are somebody that does not believe in like Christian beliefs or anything like that, put in your own religion and just same format, and or even just take the word God out of the whole. It's still it's okay to pray or mostly ask like I hope you get better. I hope your situation is okay and move forward. It's fine with that. You don't. I'm gonna say you don't have to like believe what we believe in. You
But
can.
God do exist,
Yes.
because ain't nowhere in the world you getting up on your own every single day. Somebody has to be putting some breath of life in your body every single day. Ain't nowhere in the world those sun, the moon, the stars, the sky is up there on its own. It's got to be a higher spiritual power that's doing that. It ain't me coming in and say, "Oh, wake up, Emairia." It's not me. That's God, and that's my true belief, and I'm continue to believe that.
I agree. But alrighty, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this end of the year podcast episode. If you did, please leave a like on this video. And once again, comment down below some of your responses to some of these questions. Anyway, we would like for you to know in the future for sure. And also on top of that, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are enjoying uploading different things for y'all for sure.
Right, right. I really love how you did that.
And any final notes, Mother,
No,
specifically?
just I want everyone to be safe, continue to be safe. Make sure that you observe your surroundings as far as when you're out and about, even in your car, still be observant. And just make sure that you enjoy the time that you have with your family, because you never know what
Never know
what
what's gonna
situation
happen.
may pop up, what
Yeah.
health issue may pop up, anything like that. Just make sure that you're enjoying that time with your family.
Yeah.
And I want you all to have a blessed New Year.
Yeah, I agree. So put your glasses up. We don't have any.
Ting.
I'm gonna say put your glasses up. Cheers to the new year 2023 to 2024.
Yes.
And we will see you guys and next year.
All right. Thank you.